between three distinguished gentlemen, locally known, especially around the Hamilton area. Couldn't miss them if you walked by them. Welcome to Three Minds Think Alike.
And we are back with episode 8 already, almost double digits, boys. How's it going? I'm Spencer Grenier, joined by Kyle Chambers and the Max Hatter. And as always, thank you, the listener, for tuning in on a weekly basis. Our topics we talk about may seem basic, but we like to make it entertaining, and we love your feedback because for the most part, you've been enjoying it. So make sure, if you are new to the channel, please hit like and subscribe for more content in the upcoming weeks. Boys, you already know what time it is. I got my cup of joe, and off we go. Let's dive in. Embracing the summer is always a joy, arguably the best season of the year. With the warm weather, there are a lot of benefits. Events, driving, group gatherings, and outdoor activities. However, there is one ultimate benefit that helps our mental health: walking in the great outdoors. Going on nature walks is proven to be one of the most healthiest routines the body needs. The trees, the lakeside view, even nature. Possibly spot a bear, but don't upset it. You don't want it chasing after you. Ducks, birds, geese, and even reptiles. It's important to detach from our everyday electronic usages and explore the true nature on what God has placed on this earth, embracing a beautiful perspective of how amazing nature is. So, gentlemen, I have to ask, how often do you guys go on nature walks? And Kyle, you went to Muskoka over the weekend, so you're the closest when it comes to this question. We'll start off with you.
Yeah, over Victoria Day, I was able to go to a relative's place in Muskoka, and they are like about 10 or 15 minutes back in the bush outside of an older, smaller town. So you do get that nature feel as soon as you just go outside for a walk, because it is on kind of hilly, windy dirt roads, and to experience the nature and really get the smell for the trees and the natural beauty of what's in that area, especially in the summertime in early August, was very amazing.
So when it comes to going on, being in a different atmosphere, like we can only handle going on, like seeing buildings and housings. It's nice that we can finally get into the great outdoors and embrace the cabin life. And like you mentioned, Kyle, seeing the trees and seeing all like the true nature of everything. And how important is that for both of your mental health?
Well, I think it's very important. There's actually been research that's shown that going outside, and it doesn't even need to be a nature walk, even just going to the local park. Going to the local park, going for a walk. If you have a pet, then it's probably already ingrained in what you do, especially if it's a dog, right? You're going to go for walks anyway. But just getting outside and being involved in what's going on in the community, even going up to the local park and watching a local baseball game, right? I love sitting on a park bench and watching my buddy play slow pitch, and just being in that environment, getting outside, putting your phone away, whether it's when I was on my trip in Muskoka, I left the phone in the house. So when I was outside, and maybe not have your phone or something on you when you're out for a walk, I want to make sure I'm promoting safety, obviously. But when it comes to getting outside, even just getting outside, sitting outside and out on your property, you don't need your phone on you all the time. Have that time, even if it's with you or your partner or by yourself, of just being present in your own thoughts and in the nature around you, whether it's or more traditional definitions of nature with trees and rocks and things, or it's just in your backyard, or even if you don't have a backyard, on your front porch, just getting outside, getting away from things.
Yeah, just being in nature is a huge improvement. But even something as little as a tree near your house will actually improve your cognitive abilities as well. And for patients in hospitals, just even a plant can help.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I just thought that was really interesting when I read that.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, it's sometimes it's the most littlest things. And and Max, I got a question for you with this one. It's so say when you go for a walk and you are, because I know you like bringing Coda out, and I know we've discussed this before, and I think the previous couple podcasts ago that you love taking her out to the riverfront, and even just being in that area. Maybe, yes, it's a benefit to be close when it comes to location, but how nice is it for your mental health to be near water, being in that beautiful harbor area?
Well, first off, I love it. I think she loves it too, but not when it's hot like this summer. But it's just really great. It like actually being in nature or being out in a nice space actually does help improve my mental well-being and reduces my uh, depression symptoms, I guess you say. And it also increases things like my mental performance or concentration for other things when I get back home. Because it's like, oh, I just had all this energy come back to me. Now I can do the thing. It's just great just being out in nature or being out near the waterfront in the beautiful areas, like you said.
Well, and that's the thing too, Max. I also agree that when it comes to going for walks, you have mental clarity. And for me, when I go out for walks, it's usually like goal setting. I always think about how can I execute something, or even this podcast. What can I do for a topic? What can I do for an intro? Anything, and just it is that it's a nice clarity.
Yeah, just being out in nature will make you go, oh, I should write this, and then hopefully you don't forget, or you can write it out there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, because the one of the things too that I try to stay off my phone. I usually leave my phone back here, so then and then I just go out for a walk. Whatever, right? If a guy tries to kidnap me, I'll just push him out of the way. But so and here's the thing, guys. I wanted to kind of dive into this with nature walks and manifestations, and I feel that it kind of helps us visualize when we're out in nature, because again, when you're hearing the wind blow through the trees, even the birds chirping, the insects chirp, you're cricketing with the crickets. I don't know, something about it really helps out with setting your goals. Have you guys ever experienced that where you wanted to accomplish something, and then once you guys had that moment to be out in the woods, and it's like, okay, I know how to do it, and it just fruitated into your life?
Yeah, I totally get that feeling. I can tell you what like part of the brain is that does that. Like just being in nature makes your like prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for focus and executive control, it fatigues easily, and being in nature actually lets it take a break, and it's just effortless, and you can recharge, or just like nothing will really happen. So that it does that. There's like being in natural environments also lowers your cortisol and heart rate, signaling to your brain, "Hey, it's safe here. I can reduce my sense of being on the edge and being fearful." Yeah, concrete does do that.
Three of us love the summer months, but at the same time, we do have to embrace the winter. After all, it is going to be heading towards us in a few more months. But the thing is that, and even to see a beautiful snowfall, I always find it that in order for winter to fly by fast, we have to embrace it. And I do love walking at 5 o'clock in the afternoon when it's dark outside and it's a beautiful snowfall. How does that, for you, Max, does that help with you mentally too, to see the beautiful Christmassy season of the beautiful snowfall?
Yeah, but I really don't like how it's like, hey, you live in a city, so it's brown. Yeah, I like to just go to a park sometimes. Like, hey, there's slightly more snowfall here, so it looks nicer, and I prefer that just for the look, and also I like the whole. It just feels better just going like, hey, I'm out here, and there's actually snow here. It feels so much better. I actually feel Christmassy or whatever. It might even not even be for, yeah, I feel Christmassy. If it feels right, because it should be snowing first off.
Exactly.
Because like when my dad was a kid, the snowbanks would get so high that it actually like covered the cars entirely. So that's how high they would be. So I want to see some actual snow in. So just going out in nature to see the actual snow, like even though it's sometimes not getting too high because it's all up in the trees, some of it can actually like be on the ground. It's just nicer to see how everything is like. Oh, there's a squirrel who shouldn't be out here. He should be in a tree hibernating.
That's right.
But still, it's just nice to see like all the snowfall on all these natural places.
Oh yeah. Well, especially this past winter in just walking around Cambridge, I would love to just walk down the strip and all the businesses are closed, but their lights were on. And I'm like, wow. And this winter, I do want to take a picture of the street itself. It is something else, man. It's beautiful.
Were all their lights like reflecting off the snow? Because that always looks really neat.
Yes. Well, because it's kind of like they have like their, and then there's a little park on the street too, where they have their Christmas light show. Actually, I do want to give a shout out to Windsor, Ontario too, because they do a phenomenal job at Jackson Park. And they have I had to think about it there, Kyle. It's been a while, but they have their tremendous light show that goes on from, I believe, American Thanksgiving weekend to January 3rd or whatever. And the whole park is lit up. And I do want to go there this winter with my sister, and then her and I can take pictures when we're walking around. It is so beautiful. And everybody goes to Tim Hortons across the street, and it is packed. It's nuts, but it's so romantic.
Everyone's got to get hot chocolate.
Oh yeah, because the biggest attraction thing there is this circled ornament where couples go in and then they take a picture and then they post it on their Facebook after. It's like, oh my goodness, they're official. But nonetheless, it is beautiful, guys. You guys would be like, oh my goodness. But so when you go on nature walks, what are some things that you look forward to seeing where you're like, oh, like it gets you so excited that I hope I see this?
For me, just being able to see the natural, even going to Muskoka in particular. I love going on nature walks when we go up to see my relatives in the fall time, because all the leaves are usually a perfect color of whatever color, whether it's yellow, red, burgundy, orange, or whatnot, and it's completely kind of like the fall time down in the southern Ontario area, but in northern Ontario, the leaves are completely changing color and they're different. But on the nature walks in general, it's great to go to different places or different regions of Ontario even, and seeing different local animals, seeing how the bunnies are different from southern Ontario to northern Ontario. Even I imagine there's local endangered animals or animals in winter that are different from where we are near Port Dover.
Dude,
so there's a lot of different things like that where you get to see the natural beauty of some of the local animals.
Yeah, I like going out to see the animals too. That's probably what I most look forward to and am like worried about, I guess, because there's this one time I was walking Keisha. She was my dog before Coda. She passed away in 2019, so yeah, she's way older. Well, we were walking around one. I forget the name of it, but well, there was a beaver there, and it really freaked her out, and she was going to fight the beaver. I pulled her away because she's obviously on a leash, but yeah, that was the most scary thing, I guess, that for that walk. We took her to Bayfront Park. They actually had a circus going on, and she met an elephant. Didn't know what it was, but she met an elephant, which is interesting. Yeah, some of the like bigger things, like one walk I went on, I saw a moose, and I was like, oh geez, that's gonna kill us.
Like, I still need to see a moose. I've never seen a moose before.
Yeah, kind of like, oh, it's people. Do. It's gone.
You
Putting a question back to you, Spence. I know you're usually asking us the questions,
yeah.
but if there's one nature walk that you haven't been on yet that you'd like to go on, what would that be, or where would that be?
That's a good question, Kyle. Where would I go? Damn, Kyle. um, you know what? What I want to do is to go see my family in North Bay. This is something that you're familiar with since you went to Muskoka, Kyle. That you're right. Like everything is different when it comes to nature. More so, even the animals itself aren't afraid of you as much versus being in the city down in southern Ontario. It is crazy. But to see the layout of the whole forestry where it's just red, orange, yellow, like it's so beautiful. It looks like it's painted. And going up to see my family on my mom's side in North Bay would be amazing to go back just before the snow because they have more snow than summer months. But like in North Bay, their summer months are like what 2 months.
Well, I know. I actually went up to North Bay to go to Science North. It's a science museum, but it depends on where you go. I've been all the way up to really northern Ontario, 12 hours up north in Hearst, and there was I usually go up for the tournament in March, and it was usually full winter by then. But the winters up there are shorter, so I know in Muskoka where my some of my family is located, they can sometimes have snow as early as late September, October. But when the snow stays, I've gone up there for Thanksgiving and it's cool. But sometimes the snow can come in like early November and it won't leave. Like the snow won't come off the lake that they're located at. The snow won't completely melt off the lake sometimes till early May, and then they'll get May, so it's still cool. But then the bugs come out in late May, and then June, July, August, and by just after Thanksgiving, then it's cold again. But I know in some areas like up in Hearst, even up in Baker Lake and Nunavut, where my dad went, we had to take 2 plane rides to get there. They basically get 1 or 2 months of straight bug season, and by late August, then it's back to snow again, and then it gets cold. So it depends on where you are in Canada in general, but in Northern Ontario, it's going to be less forgiving for snow. And when they get snow, they might get 2, 3, 4 feet, so it's a lot thicker. So people really have to know how to manage themselves up north if they live up there in the Muskoka area because of how much snow there is. Because in Southern Ontario, you might get a day in December, January, February, or it might be for one afternoon, it might be plus 10 degrees and the snow might melt, and then you might be back to ground zero. You might not get snow for another 2 weeks. But
Well,
up there, it's a lot colder, and there's going to be they're a lot less forgiving when it comes to things like that.
this is always something that it's so majestic to see. Do you guys like seeing snapping turtles? I always feel it's a good sign, always seeing that one snapping turtle, maybe two, if that. But it's amazing. Actually, just recently, I was on my nature walks here in the Riverside Park here, and I saw a snapping turtle just burrowing itself underneath the mud. I'm like, yes! And it's actually laying eggs at one of the baseball diamonds.
I've personally never seen a snapping turtle. I do respect their natural beauty.
Well, I haven't actually seen a snapping turtle, but I have seen turtles like out in the wild. But still, it's like great to see them. But some places you definitely don't want to. Like, hey, here's like the middle of a forest. I don't want to see a turtle in the middle of a forest.
Just pick it up and move it on the other side.
Yeah, it's like it just seems like if I did, that'd just be totally unusual. Picking that guy up and taking him to the lake or wherever.
Yeah. Because what is it? I think if they say that if a turtle's crossing the road, pick it up or try to find a way to pick it up and put it into the direction where it was headed because you can't like turn it back. I believe that's how it goes.
Yeah, and also there are some people just will go, oh, there's a thing.
Well, they think it's a rock until
or it's like, oh, there's an animal. I'm gonna still go because I'm more important.
Yeah, it's like it just takes 2 seconds, especially when it's just you on the road, nobody else. Well, since you guys haven't seen a snapping turtle, I'm gonna make sure you guys are. We'll head over to Riverside Park and I'll show you precisely where the snapping turtle is located. Guys, I do want to say thank you so much for reuniting and filming another episode. And more to come, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us. And I thought you were actually going to say, I'll take you to the pet store so you can see a snapping turtle.
Painted turtle.